And good evening, everybody. On behalf of Brian and I and the Voiceless team and all our volunteers, I'd like to welcome you again to the Sydney University Law School for the opening of our lecture series. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all our panellists, member of the Voiceless Council and the Barristers Animal Welfare Panel, Dr. Melissa Perry QC, lawyer and research fellow at Think, the think tank for kangaroos, Keely Boom, and to all our VIP guests, Celeste Black, Faith Wyland, David Weisbrod, Michelle Rowland, MP, Gordon Elkington, Melinda Klein, Jeffrey Cammons, Judith Wilden, and Charlie and Genevieve Teo. Most importantly, Leslie Bisgould, prominent animal rights lawyer and the star of our 2011 lecture series. Leslie has travelled from Canada all the way to be with us tonight, and she'll be circumventing Australia with Voiceless on a 12-stop tour. Special thanks also to the staff of Sydney Law School and to the University, and especially to the gracious Dean of Law, Gillian Triggs. Tonight we're here to talk about animal law, but before we begin, I'd like to take a few moments to introduce you to Voiceless. Many of you know that my father Brian and I started Voiceless in 2004 with an intention to promote respect and compassion for animals, to take action to alleviate their suffering and raise awareness of the conditions in which they live. Since 2004, we have evolved into a think tank and an organisation at the forefront of the animal protection movement. We focus on two primary areas, the kangaroo industry and factory farming. As many of you know, factory farming, the mass production of animals for food, is responsible for the largest and most hidden animal abuses. Every day, hundreds of millions of emotionally complex, intelligent beings like pigs and chickens are effectively locked away inside sheds or cages barely big enough to fit their bodies, deprived of personal space. They are denied their basic natural behaviours. They never see the sun, feel the earth under their feet, nurture their young, build a nest, forage for food, or socialise. Kangaroos are not subject to this kind of suffering. However, sadly, they are not free from human-induced cruelty. The Australian kangaroo industry is the largest land-based massacre of wildlife on the planet, and the suffering of kangaroos, therefore worthy of our debate and discussion. Unfortunately, vigorous debate has been very lacking in Australia, and the Law Lecture Series this year hopes to play a part in addressing that. Leslie's talk, like that of all our previous international speakers, will likely become a hot media subject. Leslie has tens of print and radio interviews already lined up around the country and has done several already today and yesterday. The issues around the kangaroo industry are complex: environmental, food safety, and welfare, to name a few. Voiceless works to end animal cruelty, and so it is the suffering of the animals, the pouch young, unfurred and furred, the joeys, young at foot, adolescents that are collateral damage, that is our primary concern. I will now hand over to Dana Campbell, Voiceless CEO, to discuss this further. Thank you.